Welcome back. The COVID-19 pandemic has affected our lives in so many different ways, especially for our children. There's usually one test that kids take in school that has to do with speech and hearing. However, one business is now bringing those services to parents. Dr. Lena Joseph Ford shows us in this week's Healthy Habits with Dr. J.
Hey guys, it's Dr. J, and welcome back to another episode of Healthy Habits. Today we're going to talk about how you can help your children with their speech and hearing right from your home. And we have a special guest with us today from High Level Speech and Hearing Center, our own offsite manager, Mr. Blake Robertson. Welcome, Blake.
Hi, thanks, Dr. J. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you this morning. So Blake, listen, right now, High Level Speech and Hearing Center, we're well known around the city. We have about 70 different partnerships with different schools, daycare centers, you name it, we got them, right? But guess what? They're all closed right now. So how are the kids able to receive their speech and their hearing services with the schools being closed? What is High Level Speech and Hearing Center doing right now to help them with that?
It's a good question, Dr. Joseph. We recently launched a telepractice, and it's been able to provide the opportunity for patients who can't come into our office, as well as our providers who can't go into the community, to still offer services to those patients who still need them.
And Blake, for those who are watching at home, some people, this whole thing about telehealth, telemed is a little bit new for them. So can you just kind of give us a little bit more info about what tele means?
Absolutely. Telepractice in terms is an opportunity to provide services without physically having to be there, and do it through the use of the internet as well as the computer and other resources that we have available online. It has been able to provide opportunities to limit barriers from being able to provide services, as well as it's been able to further extend the reach of who we're trying to help as well.
Yeah, and now barriers, access to services has become less of an issue now because people can reach out to us remotely. And I think that's a wonderful thing. So what do you recommend parents do while they're at home to help their children?
Well, because speech and hearing impairments aren't visible and oftentimes they don't get detected, I would recommend parents visit our website and view the resources that we have available. And if they're really curious, I recommend that they schedule an appointment with us. Our appointments don't take that long.
Absolutely. And you're right. So tell me this, what are some other signs and characteristics of like speech issues that parents should look out for? I know one of those signs, as being an audiologist, I see kids all the time who have hearing issues. And because they have hearing issues, they suffer from speech issues as well. I know you yourself had suffered with speech. Tell us about your experience.
Absolutely. When I was in school, I had an articulation disorder where I had issues pronouncing my S sounds. And it had come from an accident from when I was a child. But because I had good grades and I was in school, I didn't necessarily get the services until much later, until it was an issue. And finally, afterwards, I was able to get the services and was able to get that corrected. But many times in the schools, they don't have the opportunity, and unintentionally students fall through the cracks. And I was one of those students. And I know, Dr. Joseph, your story is very similar to that as well.
Yes, my story is very similar to that. You're absolutely right. For me, it took 8 years before I actually received speech services. And back then, there was no remote service. There was no telehealth. But I do believe that as a result of having telehealth, now more kids have access to it and don't have to wait as long as we did.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me, Blake, what can parents do right now to find out even more information about speech and to schedule an appointment?
All right. I would recommend you call us directly. We want to hear from you. Our front office staff loves talking to our patients, and our appointments take about as long as it takes to watch your favorite episode on Netflix. You can visit our website as well, where we've made scheduling appointments incredibly easy and efficient.
Absolutely. Blake, thanks so much for joining us. We were excited to have you, and we're definitely going to be talking more later on about speech and hearing issues.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Another episode of Healthy Habits. We appreciate you watching. Remember, pay attention to your kids' speech and hearing. And if you need more information, you can visit our website, drlenajosephford.com. See you next time on another episode of Healthy Habits. Bye.